You know, one thing that feels really good, I've been doing this for about 2 years now, and let me put you there as an example. If you spend hours and hours honing in on your craft, you can bet that you're gonna get pretty good at whatever it is that you're focused on. And being able to take that information, I've realized, being able to take that information and share that with others, it's one of the best feelings ever. No matter what it is, as long as you want it bad enough, focus on it, continue practicing it, and I promise you, you will get better. Hey, what's up you guys? All right, so let's get to work. How many of you guys are still offering a buyer's guide or maybe a seller's guide, and you're taking them over to a landing page where you're asking for name, email, and a phone number, and you're finding that that method just doesn't work anymore? Okay, from my experience, I have found that the buyer's guide and the seller's guide are just not strong enough offers, or maybe they're just played out offers in your market and nobody is willing to give you their email and their phone number for a buyer's guide. Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you guys an alternative to deliver that same content inside of a messenger bot. All right, and the benefit of that is you gain that person as a subscriber, and now you can follow up with that person inside of Messenger without having to collect their email and their phone number up front. Okay, you can follow up with them directly inside of Messenger, and you can guarantee that that message is going to get delivered to that subscriber. All right, you guys, so let's get to work. Hey, what's up you guys? All right, so we are inside of Manychat here, and the very first thing that we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna head over to the flows section. Okay, so we're gonna click on the flows, and we're gonna go ahead and build out a new flow. All right, so we're going to call this buyer's guide. For this particular example, I'm gonna be using the JSON Grill tool. Okay, there are a few different options of how you can drive your traffic into Messenger, but for this particular example, I'm gonna be using the JSON Grill tool. All right, so we're gonna label this buyer's guide JSON, and now we're gonna hit create. Okay, so the very first thing that we're gonna want to do is we're gonna set up our first message. Okay, so we're gonna say, hey, thank you for your interest in our guide. Click the button below to download. Actually, our guide, our buyer's guide. We're gonna say our buyer's guide. All right, I'm gonna use a buyer's guide. For example, if you have something else, maybe it's a list of homes or a seller's guide, your verbiage is obviously going to change. So we're gonna do, hey, thank you for your interest. We can't do any first names or any delays. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We can't use any other functions with the JSON Grill tool. Okay, so just hey, thank you for your interest. Click the button below to download our buyer's guide. All right, so now we're gonna call this, or we're gonna create a button. All right, so what I did there was add a button. All right, so we're gonna add this button, and now we're gonna label this download. All right, so now when somebody hits that button, we got to create our next message. Okay, so for the next option, we're gonna hit send message. All right, and here the very first thing that I like to do is create a delay right there, just to keep the conversation a little bit more natural. We're gonna go ahead and set that as 5, and now right here, all we're gonna say is here it is. And now down below, you do have some options here as well. You can either upload a direct file. All right, so if you do choose to go this route, all you would do is use the file option, and now all you have to do here is upload a file from your computer. Okay, so let's just say I don't think I have a PDF here, so let's just upload this thing, which is an image. All right, so you're gonna upload that file, and they can download it there. The reason why I don't like to use this option is because I'm not able to tag them. I'm not able to track if they actually downloaded the file. Okay, it doesn't really give me that functionality. What I like to do is I like to create a card. All right, so with the card, I'm able to create a button, and that allows me to tag the person to keep track of them and actually know if they downloaded the guide. All right, so for your image, I went ahead and downloaded just a generic image from Google. And now we're gonna label this, okay, for the title, we're gonna call this Buyer's Guide. You can go ahead, if you have an actual name for it, if you have like, maybe Ultimate Buyer's Guide or Ultimate Buyer's Guide Cheat Sheet, or however you wanna name it, or if you already have a name for it, you can place that right there. And now down here for the subtitle, we're going to say, we're gonna give them some direction, okay? So click the button down below to open. All right, we're using a slightly different verbiage, okay? So over here it was download, and now down here we're gonna say open, okay? We wanna continue moving that conversation forward, and we don't wanna be redundant to say click the button down below to download our guide, all right? Because they've already gotten that instruction previously, and now it's a little bit redundant and you're not moving the conversation forward, okay? So click the button down below to open our guide. And then I like to use emojis, so I'm gonna go ahead and just use this one right here. And now for the button, all right, for the button, we're gonna label the button open Buyer's Guide. Perfect, it fits. We have just enough characters there. And then we're going to use the open website option, okay? So now we need to have a URL here. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna head over to our Google Drive, and now if you don't have a Google Drive set up or a Google account, then maybe you can use Dropbox. Dropbox is another alternative where you can provide a link to deliver any type of content. Okay, highly recommend, if you don't have a Google account, highly recommend you have a Google account, so that way you can have access to a Google Drive, and you can upload content there and create links to share content from your Google Drive. Okay, so let's just say that this is my buyer's guide right here. Okay, what we're gonna want to do, if you don't already have it uploaded to your Google Drive, your PDF or your file, make sure you upload that. And then what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to create a link. Okay, we're gonna right click on this, and we're gonna get a shareable link. All right, we're gonna turn link sharing on, and now you're gonna hit the sharing settings right here, and we're gonna need to make sure that this is set as on. Anyone with the link can have access to this content right here. If this is crucial, because if you have it off, people won't be able to access it. They'll need to request for permission, and it's not going to work. Okay, so make sure that this is on so that anyone with the link can have access to the content. Okay, no sign in required. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and hit save, and now we're gonna copy this link, and we're gonna head back to Manychat, and we're gonna paste this link right inside there. Okay, with the card, there are two different spots where you're gonna want to paste the link. All right, so there's one right there, and now over here in the title, if you click on the title, you have the second option to place the URL. And what that does is if anybody clicks anywhere else on this card, it'll take them to that same URL. Okay, so now very last thing that we want to do is, if you zoom in, we're gonna see this little yellow Thunderbolt button right here. You're gonna click on that, and this little arrow should pop up. Okay, so we're gonna click right there, and now we're gonna perform this action. All right, I like to be notified that that person opened the guide. Okay, so we're gonna use the notify admin action. All right, if you don't have a pro account, you will need a pro account to use this function right here. Okay, so I'm gonna notify myself via Messenger and tell myself that, hey, this first full name just opened the guide. All right, and now we're gonna add one more action. Okay, if you're not familiar with Manychat, and if you're not familiar with how to use the tags, basically to make it simple, tags is a great way to keep track of where your users are inside of your funnel or inside of Manychat. Okay, so let's just say, for example, later down the road, I want to send a message to only the people who have downloaded this guide. All right, if I have a specific message or maybe my next offer to only the people who had downloaded the guide, I can do that by just searching the people who are tagged, right? Who are tagged when they click this button, and now it pulls up only those people, and now I can only send a message to those people. All right, so let's just label these people or this tag right here as downloaded buyer's guide. All right, so again, later down the road, I only want to send a message to people who are tagged downloaded buyer's guide, and I can do it that way using the tag. Okay, so again, it's a great way to keep track of these people who have downloaded the guide. All right, so that's it right there. Now all we want to do is hit publish, and again, we're going to be using the JSON growth tool for this particular example. So you're going to want to go ahead and head over to the growth tools, and we are going to create a new growth tool. All right, so I'm going to label this buyer's guide JSON 2, and now we are going to use the Facebook ads JSON widget. All right, so make sure you click on this one right here. And now, because we have already created our sequence or our message inside of our flow section, all we have to do is hit the replace button, and we find that message. There it is right there, buyer's guide JSON, and now we just replace it. Okay, so hey, thank you for your interest. Click the button down below to download our buyer's guide. We select this flow, and there it is right there. Okay, and now we want to copy the JSON code. All right, so you're gonna hit setup, and now down below you're gonna copy the code to the clipboard. All right, so now we're gonna head over to our ads manager and start building this ad. Okay, so we're gonna use the messages objective, and I'm gonna label this buyer's guide JSON. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip the ad set section because this is gonna vary based off of where your market is and where you're located. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and skip this part, and we're gonna head straight to the ad section. All right, here in the ad section, I'm gonna go ahead and select my page. Here in the ad section, I recommend using just a single image. So I am going to just use the same image that we had in our ad. You're gonna want to put a little bit more thought into your image and into your copy. Okay, the copy and the image is super important, and it has to be super relevant to your market. All right, so make sure you're talking to your audience in a relevant way. All right, so again, you're gonna want to put a little bit more thought into the copy. For now, I'm just gonna go ahead and just say download our buyer's guide down below, and we're gonna say we're just gonna put buyer's guide right there, and down here down below we're gonna leave this as send message. Okay, I like to use either send message or learn more as well. Actually, I'm going to use learn more on this one. Okay, so down here down below, this is where you're going to want to set up the JSON code. Okay, you're gonna scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you're going to hit custom template. All right, and we're going to create a new template. All right, in another video, I did provide an alternative to using the JSON growth tool, using the visual option, right? So if you are interested in using that method, I did create another video. Make sure to check that one out. For now, again, we're using the JSON growth tool. I'm gonna label this buyer's guide JSON, and now here we're gonna need to delete this code. All right, this is the default code that Facebook has set up inside of the JSON section. Okay, so we're gonna need to delete this. And now we've already copied the code from over here, and we're just gonna paste that right inside there. All right, when you delete the previous code, make sure that you get rid of all of it. Okay, so just make sure, just click around. There's nothing else inside of here, and now we're gonna paste that. And all we gotta do now is hit the confirm button, and we are good to go. All right, so there it is, you guys. It's a very simple process, and it's a great alternative to drive traffic to your messenger bot and gain new subscribers. Remember, you are not collecting an email or a phone number at this point. You are providing value upfront, and now by sending them over to Messenger, it gives you the opportunity to follow up with those people in a method that you know your message is going to get across, okay? That is one of the biggest hurdles in marketing, is just being able to deliver your message to the end user. Another great benefit by gaining new subscribers is you're collecting those Facebook IDs as you gain a new subscriber. And what you can do with those Facebook IDs is you can download those IDs, upload them into Facebook, and now you can retarget them on the news feed. So there it is, guys. Apply this method, test it out in your markets. Let me know what your results are. I'd be happy to hear them. Thanks again, and I'll catch you next time.